All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180!
Ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
You go 12.
You got tight right there.
21.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd and short.
Here we go. 180!
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Hey, watch it. 36. Kill. Turn.
13.
Check 99.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And down he'll go at the 25. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they was taking care of that early.
Here's Murray, and he will find his man on the outside. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Murray going to throw. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Shrugs him off. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Shoot.
Hey, gun.
That's mine. I got him.
Stand hot.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
11. I got you. 65.
Switch.
21. Go ahead.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Darren Lee picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hodges. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So that'll back him up 5. Here's Jordan Berry now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Alert.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got it with the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cardinals nothing.
Murray now on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
At the 49ers 35-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And I don't don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know? Maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down.
Check 25, check 25. 6.
21. Here we go.
I got this. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Hey, alert. Hey, come on.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Wait.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, gun.
From the 27, Garoppolo. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
11.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
12. 2.
2. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. He's at the 50. 30. 20. 10. 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they decent field position and throwing that pick 6, we'll see how they attack this one.
I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On first down, it's Coleman. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Kill. Check your hot read.
21. Here we go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They go play action here on first down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here we go. White. Black.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 18 yards, first down Niners. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
A final shot before half from Murray. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
52. 52. Hey, that's good. That's good.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check 13. Check 13.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
49er first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 21, 21.
Check. Kill.
X3, 218, chop.
Garoppolo on first down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
On second down, it's Coleman. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. And they've got it 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing now is Murray. And the pressure gets to him again. D Ford picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a throw out to his fullback. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A first down carry here for Johnson. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 45 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's complete to Meredith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception. On 2nd down now. It's Johnson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check. Check.
Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Garoppolo, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack.
Here we go.
Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To try again after the sack. Garoppolo, deep ball for Goodwin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Murray on the sneak, and he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
At the 40-yard line.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Arizona. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. We'll call that a punt at 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Back to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
To George Kittle. He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Let's go.
got you, I got you.
58, boy, 58, 58, Mike.
11, 11, 11, 11.
58.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike, 58, right there.
Now Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though